Hey everybody, here we are in SnowRunner Phase 6 map, Lowlands, Maine. Now, I'm going to do my top 5 scouts that I've been using. I'm going to give an honorable mention to the TUZ 108 Warthog Max, the International 6x6 Dually Front Max, and the TUZ 16 Action Max. Those were all pretty good scouts, but they didn't quite make the top 5. So the 5th place goes to the Ford F750 Max 6x6 dual front. So we'll fire it up and we'll get it a little ways away from the rest of these so we can not have anything else showing up when we pop the little menu there. Now the deep water and the currents really cause havoc with a lot of these scouts. So what we'll do is we'll stop right up here and we'll have a quick look at what the Scout has to offer. The refuel, okay. So we've got a Scout Max 2000. The truck comes with 1,111. And we've got a Lodestar pickup we've got on there at 1,000. We've got the Attach Force roof rack at 1,888. Utility mount at 888. Spare big wheel at 2,000. Spare wheel number 2, 2,000. Ford 750 roof rack, 2,000. LED trunk supplies, quadruple 2. LED roof rack, 1,900. Now I think that is it there, but that's quite a bit of fuel. And the repair parts, well, 64,000 plus 1,000, 64,000, 64,000. Another 64,000, another 64,000 plus 1,000, another 4,000 plus 1,000. Okay, you get the idea. We are loaded. Alright, so here we go. 5th place Scout. We got lots of stuff. This truck offers a lot. Now the dual front definitely helps out too. Gives you a little better stability from tipping over on slopes, and then also gives a little bit more traction. Definitely like these dual front Max trucks. This 750 Max is a pretty neat little Scout. Actually, it's not even that little. It's getting to be quite large with all these roof racks we've added on it. But we can go over some pretty big rocks, as you just saw. Now the big thing about this map is the strong deep water currents that we have, and it does really affect the Scouts. That's why we're using a little bit larger Scouts on this map. And not all our Scouts are going to be able to hook to a Scout trailer, but that's just fine. We still use them for scouting. So here is a washed out highway, and it will push the truck to the side if we try to maintain a straight line here. You'll see it's pushing it a little bit there. Now it's pushing it quite a bit. That's a lot of force going onto this truck here. This is what happens when you get into this zone with this deep water. So there you have it. There's the 5th place truck, Ford F750 Max. Tons to offer. Definitely worth putting in your fleet. We do keep a large fleet, close to 100 trucks. You know, we like to have variety. So there's 5th place, Ford F750. And then we'll change it up. Now, here we go. This one's a lot smaller. It's the 166 PowerTruck. So we'll just cruise away from everybody again. It's got really nice lights. It's too bright to really appreciate it, but it's got these nice LED lights on this truck. And it goes through the water fairly easily. Now, what does this truck have to offer? Refuel. We start with a Con Marshall, we got 2,000. Utility mount, 888. Trunk repairs, 80. AFC. Fuel cistern, 2,500. Then we're back to the Con Marshall. So, and the truck has 404. So that's a lot of fuel. And repair parts. Starting with the Con Marshall, 64,000 plus 1,000. And then a 64,000 double shot. Utility mount. Trunk repairs, 150 plus 2. Okay. So we're loaded. We're definitely loaded. Love this snow, love this map. This is really nice. Really like the way where they've been taking the game with the maps there. They look so good. So this truck is a little bit lower than the previous one, but it has some pretty good capabilities. And this truck does hook to a Scout trailer, which is quite nice. So this is a true Scout. I do believe that other truck has a Scout hitch as well that we were just in. These rocks are quite large that we're going over, but we're going over them to prove that these trucks are capable. Cruise up in here and go and tackle that deep water. Now it does seem like each time we have a new phase and a new map, our Scouts shuffle around into different order because different trucks have different capabilities and different maps have different dynamics. So this is a new order in our Scout list that we've had to readjust who's best and who's not so good anymore type of thing. Now this water is pretty deep for this standard Scout. It's almost, yeah, it's submerged, but the air intakes are right at that luggage rack there that you see on the top. The truck's not getting pushed as hard as the Ford did, so it does handle the water pretty good. Now we'll cruise back over here and get into the next truck. So this is 4th place for the Tuz, and this was the 166 PowerTruck. It's a good solid Scout. You'll definitely be happy with it. We set it up with some pretty nice stuff here. Definitely like this truck. One of my favorites. Alright, now we'll move up to 3rd place. This is the Zikz 5368 Max, and we put some balloon tires on here because of all the deep water. This truck does pretty good. Got that extra clearance. And again, this truck supposedly hooks to a Scout trailer, although it's pretty tall. I don't know how that would look. I didn't actually hook it to a trailer. I think that would look kind of ridiculous. I'm not sure how it would look. The refuel options. So we're going to start with the Lodestar pickup body there at 1,000. The Scout spare 500. Roof rack 2,000. Scout spare another one 500. And there's the Lodestar Max. So we've got quite a bit of fuel, and the truck had 3,333 to start with. The repair parts. Starting with the Scout spare 64,000 double shot. Lodestar pickup 4,000 plus 1,000. Spare wheel 64,000 double shot again. Roof rack max 64,000 plus 1,000, and then we're back to there. Okay, so we've got lots of stuff. This truck offers a ton. Zikz Max, the 5368. Now it is a neat looking truck. Looks like kind of like a monster truck. We even get some hang time when we hit some bumps at a high speed, but I really wish we had crawler boxes in these trucks, because we don't need to be driving this fast. That just bounces you off a rock and flips your load or whatever you're doing, flips your truck over. You don't need that. We need crawler boxes, 8 low gears, stuff like that. We don't need racing gears. This is supposed to be 3 low gears plus 1 high gear, but as you see there, we get some pretty ridiculous speed. I'd like to slow that down and get some control in these trucks, because you don't want to be hitting these rocks at that kind of speed, because it just throws you right out of the path that you're trying to be on. Alright, we'll get up here. We'll have a see how this truck does in the deep water. We got extra clearance, but it's not a very heavy truck, so it will get pushed by the current as well. Not as bad. Well, almost as bad. It is getting pushed pretty hard. We're not gaining much forward speed. We're getting a lot of sideways movement there. Now our wheels are touching better. Okay. But we do have to test these trucks in the deep water, because we have lots of that on this map. Phase 6, lowlands, Maine, tons of water. Alrighty. So that was the Zikz in third. Stop truck and change. Now this isn't even on the scout list. We'll pull ahead here and have a look and see what we really got going on here. I know it's not supposed to be a scout, but I use it as a scout. It's not much difference in size from the scouts. It matches up pretty good even. So this is the Freightliner. Of course, it's not going to show us the full name. It's the Freightliner M. What would it be here? The M916A1 Max dual front. We'll look at the refuel options here. We got a max toolbox at 2,000. Fuel carrier at 900. Okay, and the truck has 3,333. Let's look at the repairs. Max toolbox 64,000 parts and 1,000 tires. Okay, so that's what we got. Not quite as heavily loaded as the other ones are, but this truck is super capable. The truck weighs more, so we can storm through this water and not get affected by it nearly so much. If you try this truck out as a scout, I'm sure you would definitely see the upside to having this as a scout. It is definitely one of my favorite trucks to use as a scout, even though I can't hook to a scout trailer with this. I still do my scouting, unlocking the maps, taking all the towers and tech. This truck does it all. Except for hooking to a scout trailer, that is. Well, we can hook to a standard trailer with this truck. So the capabilities of this truck are off the charts. It just goes right over these big boulders. Really like this truck. Now we'll test out in the deep water. Now this is where this truck's really gonna pull ahead. It's not gonna get pushed around by the current nearly so much. We can hold a straight line with this truck pretty much. And we are in deep, but it holds straight and true. The current doesn't push it. So it definitely handles these big water, big current areas a lot better than the other 3 scouts did. And of course, even those honorable mention trucks, they even got pushed around worse. So this truck is definitely a big bonus to using as a scout on this map. Really gets the job done for us. So that's the Freightliner. We usually use it as a saddle truck, but Now we use it as a scout. It's a better scout truck. Stop the engine, change, and we're going to go to the number one truck, because the Freightliner had number 2. IX Wrecker is in at number 1. We've got to set this up as a pickup truck. Really like those twin stacks on there. This truck is really nice. Definitely like this truck. And it just stomps through that water like you want it to. Now what do we got for refuel? The truck has 190 in it, and it's got a 500 in the long bed, 60 on the roof. So it's a lot less fuel, and it'll have a lot less parts than those other trucks. It's got 900 plus 8, and then 400 plus 1. So we're not carrying nearly so much fuel, parts, and tires as all those other Max trucks are, but the capabilities of this truck is top notch. Like, you can just storm through this area. It's really, really good. It handles this terrain amazing. Definitely one of my favorite mods. Go over all these big rocks, and it's not even a task for this truck. Just smoothly goes over it. Doesn't go out of control or anything. It's very easy for this truck to navigate. Okay, so here's the deep water test. We are getting pushed just a hair. You can see the air intakes above the cab there at the back of the cab. They're staying above the water line. This truck does have a good height to it. We are getting pushed a little bit at the back end of the truck. Now this truck does have options. If you want the front end to really stay hard contact with the ground, you can get a weighted bumper. But we don't have a weighted bumper on, and we didn't feel it was necessary. It still handles this map with authority. It's like number 1 scout that we've been using. So definitely give it a try. The IX Wrecker, top-notch truck. And we'll give you another view of the truck here. Awesome looking truck. IX Wrecker. Hope you all enjoyed. Have a good day.